Now, what do I mean with A players? We are talking about employees. And for those of you who haven't watched any other videos of mine, the essential difference between an A player, a B player, and a C player is as the following. A C player employee, right, is someone who is lazy and uninformed. Someone who doesn't know how to do qualitative work. He lacks knowledge and skill, plus he lacks motivation and discipline. So he is not even putting in the hours or the effort. A B player has one of those two things. It's either someone who works super hard, is super invested into the company, but just doesn't quite know how to get the job done as of right now, and he lacks the knowledge, or he's extremely good at what he does. He just lacks the proper motivation and work ethic, which still you can potentially bring him. So a B player needs work from your end, needs input from your end to transform into an A player in the midterm. And an A player obviously is someone who has both, someone who works hard and knows the game and is very fast learner. So the one thing you need in a company in order to grow are A players. You need people in key positions, and you need, for example, chatters that bring in 2 or 3 times the revenue. You bring in marketing employees that scale up your subs. You need managers, essentially supervisors, shadow, or whatever you want to call it, that actively scale up your company. Now, the problem we run into with these kind of people is that they usually cost money. They cost more money to acquire, aka more effort, more work. They cost more money in salaries and compensations, because if you're that good, you're going to expect a little bit more money. And also, they cost money in terms of their setup. So what should you spend money on when it comes to hiring A players? First, obviously, the hiring itself. You won't find someone as talented, as well experienced, and as motivated, and as hard of a high worker doing your usual hiring. You might even work with specific advertisements. You might work with high quality hiring standards, having a whole video that you produce of your company that looks professional to attract professional people. You see where I'm going here? If your hiring looks super unprofessional, it's like a fucking amateur, no wonder you're not signing these people. You can work with headhunters. By the way, biggest cheat code in the industry. I hear no one talk about it. Hire a fucking headhunter. Get you someone who may have not worked as a chatter before. I understand most headhunters won't be able to fill that position. Get a banger support rep, as someone who has been in charge of an entire support team in the past. Teach him, okay, you still do the same thing. Now it's just titty pictures and dick pics. Okay, cool. In a month, he's going to be at the position where he's outperforming every single chatter of yours. But again, you will have to spend your money on the hiring, which is one of the best investments you can do. Next up is the loyalty. You might even have someone you would identify as an A player, or you're already in the process of signing one. So in order to spend more money on them, because they're gonna be the people in charge of your agency and responsible for giving you more revenue actively, obviously you want to spend money on their loyalty. That means obviously a certain base salary, paying them just more money by default, a higher percentage if they're chatter, or a higher salary overall, but as well as bonuses, incentives. If someone works his ass off and is the best employee in your company, you want to reward them for that, and you want to include them in the agency's success. You want to give him a Christmas bonus, you want to pay him more money, and you want to make sure that he is happy and he feels that you're grateful and understanding of the work he puts in. This is the best thing you can do in order to lose an A player, is to not show him that you care and that you're not thankful because you're this big G business alpha agency guy that doesn't have any emotions. That's the easiest way to lose them, because guess what? Even high performers need an audience. They need someone to perform too, so they feel appreciated, right? So put your money where your mouth is and reward those people. That's the easiest way. Even if you see someone sacrificing a lot for your agency, which especially with chatters happens a lot of times, just send them like 100, 200 bucks. Send them a Christmas bonus for like 1 or 2 salaries extra. Rewarding these people and investing in them is one of the most important things you can do. Last but not least is obviously the setup. If you have an efficient person that works efficient, you also want to make sure that they're able to work as efficient as possible. So if you have a super great chatter, super great manager that works on a Samsung smart fridge because he doesn't have money for a computer, that is where you should put your money, right? The people who deserve it and the people who have the potential to use these assets should get better devices, better equipment, maybe a gym membership. That makes people more productive. We've tested that. Every chatter we've gotten a gym membership increased their KPIs. Effective number, by the way. Fun fact. But invest in their setups. Help them have better equipment for work. Help them have a better lifestyle, a more organized lifestyle, right? If they have to take the bus to their office that they have, or if they fucking have to drop their kids off at soccer practice, but they don't even have a bike, buy them a bike. It costs fucking 50 bucks or whatever. But help them make their lifestyle more effective, make them more compatible with your work schedules. Now, this is how you invest in A players. And if you fill the right positions with the right people, your agency is a completely different organization.